Hello, hi. Uh, Today we are discussing about the topic like how to test the Angular application by using Karma and JSON, Karma and Jasmine. So before that, moving to testing, so we can test our Angular application from a scratch by writing and executing a pure JavaScript functions, creating an instance of the relevant classes and calling a function, checking the actual versus expected result. But since testing is such a common activity with a JavaScript, there is a number of testing library and primer we can use which reduce the amount of time it takes to write a test. Two such tools and framework that is used when testing is Angular is a Jasmine and Karma. So this what is Jasmine? Jasmine is a JavaScript testing framework that supports a software, make it clear, make it easier. So for example, if you are using Jasmine, for example, in in JavaScript function, we can use like this. Uh, Function allowed, return allowed. In Jasmine, how to write the test file, like we need to use describe it and expect. This is the function call we are using for this for Jasmine test. Inside that SRC in Angular application, inside the SRC and app folder, the Angular CLI generated the test file for the app component named app component.spec.ts. The test file extension must be spec.ts so that tooling can identify it as a file with a test. So app component that app component ts and app component spec.ts, the files are sibling in the same folder. The root file names of that component are the name of the both files. So when we are start the test, we need to use for spec file. It is denoted as a spec.ts. For that after that Jasmine, this one it is a make it clear about the Jasmine how it is working. For this how to write the test in a Jasmine, we will look at it how to writing the test in a Jasmine. See here, already I write the test cases like describe and before each and then after each and it we are using. These are the testing functions we are used. Syntax describe what will happen. Describe is a function that defines what we call a test suite as a collection of individual test cases. It will collect, but it will what will happen, it contains a one more expectation. It has a one more expectation. We can write like thousands of expectation we can write in this, like test cases we can write. And then expect what will do, expect it is a describe the expectation, it will describe the uh, expected behavior in the applications. For that we are using expect to match test cases. And then before each and there is Jasmine comes with a few more built matches functions. For example, before each and after each, after all and then after each will call. So before each what will happen, before each this function is called, before each test specification is run. After each what will happen, after each specification is run, when the test cases is run, after that we can call this after all, after each. And then before all, this function is called before all the specs files in the test suite are run. And then after all what will happen, after the specs file in the test cases are finished, that time we will call after all. After each will what will happen, this function is called after each test specification is run. In that time we were calling these activities in that Jasper. And then there is a expectation, I expect there is a so many inbuilt functions is there. By using expect to be truthy and to be, one second I will show you. It's like expectation, there is we are using to contain, to throw, to be, and to be defined, to be falsy, and then to be null, to be truthy, to be undefined, to equal. this and all to be in cancelled. Mainly we are using to be defined is every day in the test cases when we are right, and to be falsy and to be null, to be truthy. If it is a condition is a true, that time we are using truthy. Like this syntax we are using for expectation, because it is a piece of behavior in the application. So only we are expect we are including this to be truthy, to be null if it is the value is null, to be false if it is a statement is false. And then if you want to cancel the function, for that we are using to have been cancelled. If you want to throw any exception in that, so we are using throw error. And mainly when you are going to install all the testing applications, by using main.index.html we will import. To manually run Jasmin test, we would create a HTML file, and it includes the required Jasmin JavaScript and CSS files. So there, so only we are importing here what and all dependencies we need for Jasmin. So this and all we are imported here. So there we are importing in main TSS, and then we are describe, and then before each after each this is our functions call, and then this is and it is a behavior of the application we are calling. In expect we are giving a behavior in the applications. If you run in results are displayed in the browser window. Failing, if it is failure, it will look, I will show you. So this is a failure window. See, one failure is there, two specs is there. This is not defined like that. It is a reference error. It will give. It's a one failure error is there. So only it is giving a this window, browser window. But if it is a fast, all test cases is fast according to your conditions. So it is a successful window. It will show two specs and zero failures. If it is zero failure, it means it's your test cases will be fast without any error. This is window, it will be look like this. If you want to disable this function, what will do in if you want to disable this function, you can disable the test without commenting them out by just predefining x to the described or it functions. So for that, what we will show you example of we are disable the functions by using x. In that it also we can give say hello welcome. This is and all disable. So only it is not showing say hello welcome. So this and all disabled here. So after that, if you want to reverse this, there is in aspect file, there is in one Angular application, there is a thousand of Angular applications, Angular components is there, thousand Angular components is there. If you test only one particular components, for that reason, we need to give f before the describe. What will happen? It will consider as a this component only, and then it will give the result. So it will test only this component. Say hello welcome. So it will test only this component. So if you have a thousands of components, if you test one particular component, for that reason what will give before describe you need to give a f. Then it will give taken as a this component as a priority, and it will run this only this component, and it will give a testing window. And then in Karma tool, there is a Karma tool is there with Angular CLI. Karma will come. So we need to in Karma we can use for that ng test. That it will what will happen? It will give the testing window. If it is a fail and if it is a pass, for that we are using ng test command for that running the spec file test case applications. There is a code coverage is there, ng test code coverage if you used. So it will what will happen in code coverage, it will give how much of your app your tests are covering, how to specify required amounts. It will give the code coverage, like how much percentage you are completed. If it is a 15% you are completed, how to make it as a 45% or 50% or 85%. Is a for example, if you want to achieve 85%, we need to write the test cases according to our condition. it will achieve by using code coverage. Mm, if you want to test the